So this is a pair of trainers that I bought, and I thought they were really nice as well. And luckily, when I bought them, they were not very hyped, and I think I just hit the sort of sweet spot with these, similar to the Cortez Air Maxes. And but I paid probably, I think, around, as far as I remember, £80 above retail, which I think was around about 220, and now they're sort of going anywhere between sort of 300 to 450 in my size. And it's the Air Jordan 1 Zions, and just what attracted to me this pair, they look completely different to other Jordan 1 lows that have come out, and it's a mismatched sneaker at the end of the day. So it's one of those ones where when you kind of look at it, it's got like odd kind of look to it in the sense of, you know, because it's been mismatched, it's got different colors on there. So the toe area, for example, you got the green on here, but you got like a blue color on there, and then also other parts of the sneaker are different as well, so you've just got different colors around. And because it's using similar colors on both trainers and both shoes, that it doesn't look that bad as a mismatch. Sometimes a mismatch is like, you know, you'd have a completely different color on one and a different color on the other, and that's where, you know, it becomes, I think, quite difficult to wear. But I think with this pair, they've kind of done it in a nice way. And there's just like loads of little details around this sneaker as well. So you got things like this sort of logo here, the Voodoo logo here, with the little button on the eye as well. And then they kind of reversed a lot of the details, similar to like a Travis Scott sneaker, I suppose. So you got the little mini swoosh as well, which I also really like. You don't really see that often on the Jordan 1 low. And then the Nike Air tongue label on the other, flipped around, and also sort of the Air Jordan logo. And then you got the hidden detail around the underneath the heel tab, where it's got sort of Voodoo written there, which is a really nice touch. And it's only kind of, you know, not one of those things that you can obviously see. And I think it's meant to sort of turn up, and this one says Zion, by the way, and I think it's meant to be like, you know, one of those things that you can probably just sort of turn up and wear it like that, I imagine. I don't know, but it's a very different and kind of unique sort of way to kind of do a sneaker, really. And it's just got these sort of added sort of stitches as well to touches, and I'm kind of thinking it's reflecting the Voodoo theme. And also what I like about this as well is just using different materials. So when you see here, you've got like this burlap material that was on the Nike Dunk Low Doritos, and same for here. And then here is more sort of suede, almost sort of nubucky material on the toe box. And then this one's also got some nicer suede as well. And the materials on this is just really cool and really different. And then also the insoles as well, they're obviously mismatched, but they also have like a cool look to them. So I'm not going to pull them out completely, but as you can sort of see here, it's got in green, it says Zion, and the other one says Voodoo on it. And it's just those cool touches, and even the laces that you get with it as well, like these kind of rope style laces, is also nice. And then you get different pair as well, which is the grey pair. And overall, it's just one of those sort of cool, underrated sneakers that came out at that time, and I feel will probably end up going up and up in resale value, similar to like the Year of the Rabbits. And I wish I grabbed those on the low, because it's just sort of spiked up in price as well. But still, this is a cool colorway. So here are the details of the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Zion Voodoo. It comes in a Flax, Muslin, Fauna Brown, Oil Green, Sesame and Mood and Fossil colorway. And these have a polyurethane cupsole with an airbag unit in the heel. And it's made up of burlap, suede and leather materials. And the price was £145. So with the comfort and sizing, it's like any other Jordan 1 really. So the sole is on the medium to firm side, and for that reason they can get sort of fatiguing after a while if you're wearing them for a long time. And because it's got a flat sole, it isn't very supportive around the arch in my opinion. And I think the wearing time for these is probably around sort of 4 to 10 hours, mainly for the sort of leather to soften a bit. With this particular pair, it's more sort of suede and burlap, but that burlap material is quite sort of tough anyway. And I would recommend going up half size if you have a really wide foot, and if you like wearing sort of thick socks. And these have, like any other Jordan 1, really good grip because of the radial pattern. With the look and style, I like the mismatched colour blocking on this and the details on the sneaker, like the embroidery all over it, signifying Voodoo. And it's one of those ones that you can pretty much wear anytime really, because it's a strange colourway in the sense of being sort of brown and green. It lends itself particularly well to sort of autumn winter time, but you just have to be a bit careful because of the materials that are on there. They'll get dirty or ruined really quickly in the wet. And I think with this particular pair, it's kind of elevated slightly, and even though it's a loud sneaker, if you dress sort of plain, I think you can pull these off with a smart casual outfit as well. And you can go with like any of sort of lace choice really, so green, brown, sail, all white would all work. So with the final thoughts, I like the mismatch colourway on this one. It's not too bad because you can still sort of match it up quite well, and they don't look that different to each other. It's only if you do like a double take you'll see the difference. And I also like the embroidered details, so the little skull logo on the back of the heel, and just little stitchings here and there just throughout the sneaker, just looks really cool. And also you get the little logo underneath the heel tab, which is something that's not really been done, so it's quite cool. And just like the material choices, just having those all sorts of different textures and materials on there kind of reminds me of a New Balance sneaker, I guess. With the cons, I think the colourway isn't for everyone, so it's one of those ones where it can be sort of difficult to match up. And the ratings, I give the look and style for this a 5 out of 5. It's a Marmite sneaker. Obviously some people would love it and some people probably won't, but it's still, you know, if you look at it from a point of view of being a collab and just using different materials and just using a wacky colourway, it's just really nice. And the comfort's like any other Jordan 1, so that is a 3. And the quality, I give it a 5. It's mostly because of the materials that have been chosen and what they've done with the sneaker, and it's all these little bits and pieces on there, like I say, the embroidery and sorts of details on there, just you know, more than sort of makes up for the price that you're paying. And that's the reason why I've given the price a 5 out of 5, because this is a collab, and I think it's a collab that's gone one step beyond, and for me that's the reason why I've given it a 5 out of 5. It's one of those sneakers, it is a Marmite sneaker, however, like the Year of the Rabbit, it's one of those Jordan 1 lows that I think will keep going up in price over time, and it'll be a difficult one to get, and it was quite sort of limited in numbers anyway.